Why is my life out of control? I'm Daniel R. Jennings, and I'm going to answer that question for you today. We all know what it's like to sit down and ask ourselves the question, why is life just totally out of control for me? Maybe you've become unemployed unexpectedly. Maybe your girlfriend broke up with you. Maybe you've got financial problems. Maybe you've even been diagnosed with some horrible disease like cancer or something like that. And it's like life is just totally out of control. Why? Why is this happening? Well, there's one simple answer for it. And again, I'm focusing on situations where it's not your fault. If you lost your job because you stole from the company, well, you know why your life's out of control. If your girlfriend broke up with you because you didn't treat her right, well, you know why your girlfriend broke up with you. If you've got financial problems because you like to gamble, you know why you've got financial problems. But I'm talking about the situations that we all experience where we're seemingly doing everything the right way. We're the best employee we can be. And then one day the boss comes to us and says, I've got to let 10 people go. And seniority-wise, you have to be one of them. Or you're the best boyfriend you can be. And your girlfriend comes to you and she's like, I'm just not happy in this relationship. I want to end it. It's those situations that are so confusing that, we just often sit back and we say, what is going on? Why is this happening? I did everything the way I thought I was supposed to, and I still failed. Well, there's one simple answer for that. In order to understand that, we have to understand a little bit about the nature of suffering. God created suffering and uses it in such a way that it's a principle, it's a motivator, it's an experience that He uses to draw us closer to Him. And what I mean by that is that, God sends sometimes bad things our way so that we will kind of be woken up to our relationship with Him or to some truth in that relationship with Him. And if you think about it, that makes sense, because when bad things happen, what is the first thing that people start doing a lot of times? They start praying. On a great day where everything's going the way it should be going, people are not as likely to spend 30 minutes or an hour praying, talking to God. But on a day where everything is falling apart, you've lost your job, your car, your home, all those things, you're a lot more likely to sit down and spend some time praying and asking God for help. So we realize that that's how suffering affects us. It does cause us, as a general principle, to draw closer to God. We need to understand that your life, if you're going through suffering, your life is not out of control. Because everything that happens in the world is under the control of God, who created the universe and orders and directs the affairs that go on in that universe in such a way that it will achieve His plans and His purposes for everything and everyone. You see, no one's life has ever been totally, or ever been out of control in any sense. Not totally or, untotally. It's never been out of control, your life, my life. It's always been under control of God, who has sent all the circumstances that you have went through to help you become the person that He wants you to be. And so when we're faced with those situations, and when we all are, where we sit back and we think, what in the world is going on? Why is my life falling apart? And believe me, I absolutely know what that's like to ask that question. I've been there many times. You probably have been too. Most people probably have been. When that happens, we need to take that as an opportunity to seek God, to spend time praying to Him, to spend time reading the Bible, to spend time reflecting on, what does God think about me? What kind of person does God view me as? And asking Him to help us to understand what's going on, to help us to understand how He views us, to help us to understand just the life that He's given us. Because, again, everything that you're going through, no matter how bad it may be, God has sent it for a purpose, and that purpose is somehow to influence your life. You will never have peace in this world until you look at life that way. Because what is the alternative? The alternative is life is based on luck, fortune, chance, coincidence. It just, sometimes good things will happen to you, sometimes bad things will happen to you. They're just totally out of control of any set of external controlling force. So you could just wake up and, something bad happened to you for no reason at all. But really, who wants to live in a world like that? I don't want to live in a world where I might wake up and then I might have the worst car wreck that I've ever had, and there's no reason, no purpose to it. It was just chance. I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I would much rather wake up in a world and get in a car where I know that if I go out and I have the worst wreck I've ever had, God caused that to happen and has a good reason for that happening in my life. And He's going to use that to build me and help me become a better and a stronger person. That's the kind of world we all want to live in. Nobody wants to live in a world that's out of control. But the sad thing is, most people in the world, it seems, have adopted the philosophy that God doesn't control everything that happens. That things just happen, and if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, too bad for you. But the reality is that you can never be in the wrong place at the wrong time in such a way that, whatever happens, it wasn't designed by God to happen that way, If something bad happens to you, you should never say, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You should just say, God put me in that circumstance. He allowed those things to happen. He caused those circumstances to happen, and He has a reason for it. That's the best way to live. That's the only way to live, really, with sanity in this world. So, to answer your question, why is your life out of control? Your life is not out of control. It's never been out of control for you or anybody else. God is in control of what you are going through. He has a reason and a purpose for it. And the appropriate response is to start praying, start reading your Bible, start seeking God, asking Him to help you through this and to help you see why He has brought these circumstances into your life so that you can become the man or woman that He is leading you into becoming. I'm Daniel R. Jennings, and this is another life lesson.